What is going on, friends, and welcome back to the Minecraft Hub channel. As you may know, our channel covers a lot of different survival mega bases, different massive builds, things like that, but there is a huge community of people who build in creative, huge build teams that build some incredible things that you've never even imagined you could do in Minecraft. So today we're going to be checking out some of these absolutely amazing builds, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. If you do, be sure to drop a like on the video, and if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button as well so you can see all the rest of our Minecraft content. First up today, we are checking out a build team by the name of Elysium Fire who constructed the Cyberpunk project, and this is this massive city in a cyberpunk theme, and it is absolutely huge. I'm talking chunks after chunks of builds. They all look absolutely incredible. They fit great with the theme. They actually have a world download available in their video description, so you guys can go check that out. All the links of the builds that we're featuring today will be in the description down below, so you can go and check out them and see what else they've built as well. This is definitely one of the biggest cities that I've ever seen constructed in Minecraft, and not only that, all the buildings actually look amazing as well. The team definitely did a great job of putting this whole design together, and it became one of the most iconic cities in all of Minecraft. You could totally spend hours touring this whole city. There is so much to see throughout the whole thing, even just going and flying around it, just spectating all the things that they built in this world is definitely a great experience. Of course, these builds all look great from far away, but even as you get up close, there are so many little details to every single build. It definitely took a lot of hours to put this entire project together. The next build we are checking out is by Tim 10th Buildings, and it is a huge Mayan kingdom inside of a jungle. This build apparently took over 500 hours to build, and you can definitely tell because of its absolute size. It of course was built in creative using World Edit as well, but the final product of it is so creative and so amazing. It's definitely one of the best jungle builds out there. This, of course, was firstly a huge terraforming project, and then it turned into building as well. There's tons of huge custom trees outside of the walls of this place. It definitely is one of the most unique jungle builds that I've ever seen, and really shows off what you can do in creative Minecraft. There is, of course, a huge temple at the center of the city and hundreds of smaller buildings throughout this whole thing. It is definitely one of the biggest jungle projects that I have ever seen, and definitely one of the most impressive for sure. You can see even by just looking at the pathways that there was a ton of time and detail put into this entire thing to definitely make it one of the best Minecraft builds out there. Next up, we are going to be checking out a couple different builds from a build team by the name of Varuna, because they are some of the craziest, coolest builds that I have ever seen in Minecraft. These two builds also have completely different styles, so it really shows off what this team can do when they put their minds to it. The first build is this huge statue on the edge of this cliffside right in front of the sea. Definitely a great location for it, and it also looks amazing, especially with all the terraforming and the buildings they put into the cliffside behind it. This statue itself, though, has so many different variants of blocks in it. It's insanely impressive that they put this together and made it look so nice. This build looks like it's straight out of the greatest fiction novel or movie of all time. It's definitely has a very magical feel to it, and like you would see it in possibly like the Lord of the Rings or something very similar. The next build we are checking out is also by Varuna, and this is a giant circular city project, and it's one of my favorite projects that I've ever seen in Minecraft. This one has been around for a long time, and we featured it on the channel before. This city is absolutely massive though, and includes hundreds if not thousands of buildings inside of it. The time lapse of this build is one of the greatest out there for sure. I highly recommend you go and check out their channel so you can see it for yourself. But this time lapse, it's so great seeing all these builds go up throughout the whole city. There are just so many of them, and they all look so nice. A lot of them are built on a diagonal front to fit with the circular theme of the city. And then there are some huge additions to the city, like this Colosseum here, and also the giant tower that goes in the center. The absolute scale of this project is so impressive. There are just so many buildings here, and they also have, the Colosseum and the tower like we've mentioned to really bring the entire build together. There's even little stalls throughout this where you can imagine there's markets, and it definitely makes it one of the best builds in all of Minecraft. I personally have always preferred playing survival Minecraft. I just love the survival aspect of it, but it's really amazing seeing what people can do in creative Minecraft with the option of all the blocks and not having to go and collect them themselves. It really opens up a lot of different windows of what you can do in this game. Next up, we are checking out one of my favorite builders on YouTube, and that is Andy is Yoda. Right here we have a huge creative and world edit project, a massive terraforming of some mountains, and then one of the most spectacular dwarven cities that you've ever seen. If you're trying to become a better builder or just want to switch up your building style, I really recommend you go and check out Andy is Yoda's channel. He does a lot of transformation videos, also does a lot of technique videos. He's got a whole 5x5 design that I think works really great for most bases. It's definitely a great channel to go check out for learning how to build in Minecraft, and he also does some amazing mega builds like this one right here. I absolutely love pretty much any build that involves a mountain, so this one, the way it actually curves with the mountain and has a ton of different levels and looks like an actual city, is definitely one of my favorite mountain builds overall. The actual structures of this build are of course amazing with all the different pillars and layers, but as part of this build that I especially like is all the use of nature in this build. So obviously they conformed with the mountain, but they also have waterfalls throughout the whole thing and a ton of leaves and greenery to really make it look like this has been a part of the mountain for a really long time. Next up, we have another huge city design. This one is a modern utopian city built by Aria Creations and is probably one of the most beautiful builds that I have ever seen. There are of course huge skyscrapers throughout the city. There's a railway system that looks incredible. There's a lot of palm trees, small details near the water. Definitely a very unique and very cool build. You can even see that there are highways that have trucks driving on them. Definitely does a great job of giving that utopian feel of the city. It really feels like the perfect built city where nothing is wrong in the world and everything is super advanced. I think one of my favorite parts of this build is the railway system. You can see here they have the railway cars that go throughout the whole city. Definitely a very cool look for this build. This channel also has a few other great Minecraft time lapses, so I highly recommend you go and check them out. Definitely some very cool builds in creative Minecraft. Next up, we have a beautiful mountain city built by Geet Builds. This mountain city is actually really very cool looking. It's got a lot of different building types. Of course, there's a huge cathedral, there's some churches, some big bell towers. Some of these things actually look like they're straight out of like London, and they've been placed on this mountain, but it fits so well. You can also see that there are ships being built down at the docks, which I think is a really great feature. There are so many details throughout this whole thing that really add to the look. You can see all the walls and fence posts used on roofs to really give them that angled look, which I think is a great feature. A lot of blackstone and a lot of different variants of blocks, which really shows how much detail they're putting into this. I of course love the Prismarine seahorse statue that they have in this city. Definitely a very cool feature of this medieval city. And here I was talking about the boats being built down here. I love the cranes carrying the huge logs. It definitely looks super realistic. And of course, down on the city streets, it is super detailed as well, with flowers and things lining the streets to make the area look very nice and clean. That is pretty much all that we have for you guys today though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button as well. If you haven't checked out any of these channels, I highly recommend you do. All the links to them are down in the description below, so you can go and see all these builds and even download some of the worlds for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.